Hello, everyone, and welcome to Knowledge is Power Podcast Live. I'm your host, Tony Renfro, and today's topic is going to be real exciting here today. We're going to have a bang-up topic today, and today I'm waiting on my guests to show up, but if they're not, I'm going to go do this show all by myself, all solo. The Black African American vote in this upcoming Beaumont City election is going to be something that we need to talk about. So as we wait on here, I'm going to wait a little bit, see if my guest's going to show up. I'm just going to solo it by myself. And if you'd like to join us, if you look in the chat box in the comments, you can join us by linking, just hit the link and join in and help me out here. So let's see here, who is aboard right now? Let's see here, don't have anybody yet, but TikTokers are going on, so we're going to give them a few minutes as we get going here in a minute. Let's see here. That's not the right site I want to be on. That's not the site I want to be on. Let me get you on this site. Okay, here we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, God, dog it. Okay, comments. Exciting. Okay, that's me. I'm doing this. Okay. Well, everybody, our discussion tonight is about the Black African American vote in this upcoming Beaumont City election. It is something that we're going to, I'm going to ask for those who are the candidates that's going to come on board, that's the candidates that's running for office. We want some tangibles. We want some tangibles, not just your vote, not just you showing up and giving us promises. We want some tangibles for the Black African American communities. It's more than just showing up to events. I've had a few people to tell me to say, hey, this guy here, this candidate here. He shows up to every event we have. Even the kids shows up to our events, and I've never seen such that the other candidates show up. But that's good and dandy that they showed up for your event, and some of them that just don't show up. But my question is, what are you getting? What are you getting out of the candidate showing up? And when we're talking about the mayor election and the let's say the candidates as well, the city councilmen for that represent you in your ward. We talk about your at-large candidates. That's when we say at-large is a candidate that's over the councilman for the entire city. I want you to understand. I want you also to understand that not just the mayor race is important, the city councilmen at large are important. And I want you to understand this also, that you vote 2 times, not one. That's always been a miss that, hey, you cancel the other vote if you vote 2 times. That's a damn lie, okay? That's a damn lie. And I want you to know this for a fact. I'm talking about at large, it's a 2 vote. You vote 2 times for your candidate. That's going to be 2 votes, not 1, 2 votes. And you're going to vote for the best candidate that's there for you, that you feel comfortable with. And we have 2 great candidates that is running for at large. And for the Black African American community, there's 2 votes that I am endorsing that you vote for. That's right. I'm endorsing, and I want you to understand that the Black African American community is the majority of this city. So the city council should reflect the Black African American as representatives. So by me saying this, let's get back to what we started this conversation. And I'd like for you to all make a comment if you'd like to comment so I can see your comments because I want to be able to uh, uh, hear your opinion and your comments because one thing about it, I'm going to respect everybody's opinion, but my voice is saying that we're going to vote for the best candidate that's out there. And let me just say this: I've had several people tell me I'm going to vote for this candidate because he shows up and he comes and he also have his campaign invites us to his campaign, and his campaign has served us hamburgers and hot dogs and soda and all that good stuff. People, stop it. Stop selling yourself short. Stop selling out for a hamburger and a hot dog and a red soda. Yes, I'm saying it. It's all bullshit. That's it. You stop it. Stop selling out. Let me place this down here so I can see your comments. Please comment. Please comment. If you'd like to join me right now, you join me live by clicking the link in the box, in the comment box, please. Stop selling yourself short. You're selling yourself short. This happens every 2 years, local election. Every 2 years, the same thing happens over and over and over and over again. The candidates start going to your church, start attending your church. He starts showing up your events. He wants your vote. But what have he done to earn your vote besides showing up at your church, at the churches? Preachers, I'm talking to you too. What are they doing to earn a vote to represent you in this city? I'll wait. Not a damn thing. And this has been going on for the past 40 plus years. Every 2 years, election comes. Then your white candidates jumps at your church and comes to your church to say how much they're gonna do for you. Ain't nothing but a pot full of water. Bullshit. I'm sorry to be ugly like this. Please excuse my language, but it is. It is nothing but crap because they haven't done a damn thing for the Black African American community. What I am asking for you guys to stop selling yourself short. Stop living in the Jim Crow laws and ways. Start living for the positive, the initiative that we have to do. Larry Allen, I see you, man. We don't, and he says to me, he said, we don't choose the right candidate because we don't like someone. Look at our national crisis. Exactly what is going on right now in our national crisis. He don't give a damn about us. He don't give a damn about the country. He ran for office so that he would not go to prison. Yeah, I said it. And you knew it. And you MAGA members that's watching or listening, you know it too. You getting it too. But we're gonna survive. We're gonna survive this. We always have, and we always will. But he is nothing but a con artist. They sold you on a $3 bill, and they won't make a $3 bill. But let's get back to what I want to talk to. Keep addressing. It's the local address. It's a local issue that we have here in Beaumont, Texas, and that is stop selling yourself short. Stop selling out to these politicians that don't mean us no good. Let me just say one thing. Those of you who believe that they have done something for you, besides attending you to the park events and the your barbecue event, your Black History Day events. Stop it. Just stop it. They don't mean nothing. They just want your vote. And when they get in office, they let you down just like they've done it over and over and over again. Stop it. Now, I'm going to say this, and I don't, I don't bite my tongue. I'm going to say this because out of my guesses, I'm not here, but I'm still going to tell it like it is. We have candidates, Black, African American candidates, that are running in this local election come this May that deserve your votes. That deserve your votes. But this time is going to be different. And I'm going to petition today that not on a promise. I don't want no promise. Don't sell me on no promise, because promise ain't nothing but hot air and no smoke. Promises. I promise you this. We're going to do this for you. I'm through with promises. It's time for you to understand we don't want promises. We want tangibles. We want something for our communities. We want sidewalks for our communities. We want better streets in our community. We want better sewer in our community. We want upgrade, renovation, rehab in our communities. Here's one right here for Beaumont, Texas, that I'm going to ask you to stand behind me as I push forward for this recommendation that we want a community center in our communities right now, here in Beaumont, Texas. We want a community center at SPROTT Park, and we want a community center at the CHARLTON Park. Oh, I forget. I know you're going to say, Mr. Candidate, Mr. Mayor, or whoever it is, you're going to say, oh, well, this CHARLTON Park has a resource center. Y'all use that? No, hell no. We can't use it. It's not available for us to use. It's been told that we cannot use it. It's a resource center. So we want a community center, just like every other park in this city on the other side of town. We want a community center like Rogers Park. At SPROTT Park and at CHARLTON Park. Our community deserves a community center for gathering, for meetings, for events. So why not can we have it? Because we did. This is why this is important to vote for the candidate that's going to stand up for us. So right now, I'm going to ask all the candidates, I'm going to invite every candidate on my podcast. And I want them to tell me what you're going to do, not what you're going to do, what you're going to put on the agenda for our African Black American communities in Beaumont, Texas. Housing, affordable housing. We want that too. We don't want no talk. We don't want no promises. We want what we want that you have provided for the other side of town. There's people in our community that cannot even, when it rains, cannot flush their toilet because it's the sewer backs it up. And we're talking 2025. Is that what we want? We want tangibles. We want tangibles. We don't want promises and all talk. You guys have been doing this for over 50 years or more, every 2 years. This got to stop. And I'm asking you people who are listening and watching to stand behind me and stand with me, because I will put it forward to the council, to the members of the council, going this day going forward. Those are incoming elected electors going to hear the same thing. We want tangibles. We want things for our community. Hey, y'all give me a comment. I'm ready to hear some comments. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. I'll wait. We got plenty of time. I'll wait. We can see who we care. Come on with it. I'm solo tonight. Everybody's scared to jump in. I'm soloing. I'm waiting, everyone. Let's see who's all here. Please jump in because I want to make sure that you all understand that we have election and we have candidates, good candidates this term around. Ward 1 has two good candidates. I'm sorry, Ward 2. Ward 1. Wait a minute, Ward 3. I'm sorry. And 3 and 4 has two good candidates. And we have two at-large candidates that we would like to make sure that you put them in office. Because, when you want something, it takes 4 votes. It takes 4 majority votes to make it happen. 4 votes, 4 to make it happen. So we want a seat at the table. We just don't want you to, we're not only going to ask you, we're not going to also get your vote. We want to ask you for a seat at the table, 2025. We want a seat at the table this year, 2025, in this election. We don't want no promises. I'm tired of promises. Not only do we want a seat at the table, we want something from the table. Well, that's what I'm talking about. We want to be what we are, and we are the majority of the city. And it's time for our city council and mayor reflect as the majority of the city. And so let me make this. I want to kind of. Is there any collective agenda from the community? Jonathan Weeds, I'm saying, there is a collective agenda from the community. John, I'm going to have I've had a dialogue with some of the people lately, and I also want the same thing, a collective agenda. Give me an agenda that we want from the community, for the community, so we can lay it out to the candidates, to the mayor candidates and the city council candidates, tell them that what we want and what we need, what our needs are. Because right now, we ain't getting nothing but hot air. It's time out for all the BS. It's time out for the BS. Hey, Brother Ark, how you doing, man? Brother Ark, he's running for mayor as well for the city. He's a candidate, and I'm out here trying to make sure that not only you understand, but the candidates that's running in this election understand. I just want them to understand that we're tired of the promises. We're tired of you running to our churches, to our events, to show your face only in election season, when it's time to vote, when you want our vote. But when it's time for you to make the decision that's going to benefit us, that's going to help us, you drop the ball. You move the goalposts. You change your mind. This ain't gonna work. It's just not gonna work, people. The BS is over. It's time for, like I said, a seat at the table and something from the table. Let me make an example. I want you guys to understand this. I see y'all. I totally understand and agree on so many others in our community. I understand. You understand what I'm saying? But let me go back. Let me go back 8 months when we were up for a vote on a police chief in the city of Beaumont, Texas. Come on now. And which I want to say this, and I personally want to say this to you and anybody that's listening. We, for the first time in the history of the city of Beaumont, Texas, has a city manager that is one of a kind. One of the best city managers, open-minded, forward-thinking, smart, intelligent city manager in this city for the first time in history. And I got to give this to her. Miss Robin Remouton was one of the part of it, bringing him in. I'm going to say also commending Alwyn Samuel, Albert Turner, Chris Durio. Your vote helped bring this man in. But when that man got ready to vote, we got ready to vote for that man to get in here, we had problems. We had problems. But the only problem they had, they didn't have the full votes. This is why it's so important, people, to vote for our people, the right people, not just because that's your homeboy, your sister, your brother, or he was in school with you, he raised up next door to you or whatever. Hey, cut the bullshit out. We're going to vote for the best candidate that is there for us so that we can move this city in the right direction. So let me get back to what I was talking about. I got sidetracked because I was talking about the Kenneth Williams, the city manager of Beaumont, Texas, one of the best. And I've lived in big cities before. I've lived in big cities before. And I've seen the growth of cities, the progress of cities, because it's not because of the council, it's the city manager that was helping making those decisions, putting the right pieces in place for that city to grow. So let me say this. Unc saying this on the comment, and many of our votes bought him in. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. But let me finish what I'm saying here. Let's go back 8 months. Now, this happened before. We hired, the city hired Kenneth Williams, and they tried to change the man's salary and try to Mickey Mouse him on his salary and try to take it from it and whatever. That's here and there and gone. But this is what I want to talk about. I want you to understand this very carefully. I don't want you to forget this, because we kind of forget things happens, and because that hot dog and that red soda they feed you make you forget about what they've done to us. So let me say this. So 8 months ago, I'm saying when the city mayor went against the city manager, I'm headed that way. I'm headed that direction, my brother. Just hold on. When it was time to bring a city manager in, chief police was up vacant, and the city council agreed on a consultant company, spent $40,000 for this consulting company, one of the best in the country, to find them the best candidates available. And they did. They found the best candidate. They brought it to the council. And out of the 4, they chose the best candidate for the chief of police. But he was the wrong color. They moved the goalposts again. Say, oh, we wouldn't talk. We talking about somebody. No, we want somebody local. We want somebody that will come in through the ranks locally. And guess who voted against the choice that the city manager brought up to them? The 2 mayor candidates that is running for office this election. Now, I'm not talking about dividing back because I'm going to invite them. I'm going to invite them on this podcast. Yes, I am. I will give them the chance to explain why and the reasons. But these are the ones that you run behind because they're going to feed you a hamburger and a hot dog and a red soda. They're going to run to your church. They're going to run to your event. They're going to run to your barbecue. They're going to run to your picnic, whatever you're going to have, your crawfish ball, just for a vote. You to vote for them. And they turn their back on you every damn time. I know you haven't seen me this way before, but I'm really, 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 I'm really, really involved and enticed by this because it's wrong, it's dead wrong, and real wrong to sell ourselves out for a red soda. Now, let's go to the contents. I want you to never forget that what happened, how they changed on you and let you down. I don't want you to forget that, my Black African Americans, people. I don't want you to forget that. I don't want you to forget that. Now, just because you don't like a person that's running, because they didn't speak to you when you was in the 6th grade, or that's you saw them in Walmart, they didn't shake your hand or whatever. Come on, people. Cut the bullshit out. Grow up. Grow up. Wait a minute. I'm not even talking on my mic. Let me get my mic. I got so fired up, I forgot my mic was hanging out somewhere. Okay, all right. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, good. I'm sorry. I'm talking without my microphone in front of me. But anyway, let me say this, and I appreciate you guys listening to I'm venting right now because I want something done, and I want it done right because we deserve it, the city of Beaumont. Because you see what's happening. You see what's happening nationwide. You see, we got some MAGA candidates that don't give a damn about you. Yeah, a lot better. I sound better. Okay, I'm sorry. I think I got so wired up. I forgot didn't have my mic to me. But I'm gonna say it again since my mic is on me now. We are not going to sell out this election seats. This election, we're gonna vote for candidates that looks like us, that's qualified. You see, again, remember, we've got some MAGA. We have MAGA candidates. Go to their Facebook page. Go to their posts. Go to their posts. See what they post. They don't care about you. They care about power. They care about having power. Let me go here and make sure you understand. Yes, Larry Allen is saying on the comment, affiliations will destroy good candidates. They will outvote the one who are fighting. And actually, exactly this. I agree with you quite a bit. I agree with you. But anyway, let me go to this post here. I appreciate that, Larry. Let me go to this. I got sidetracked here. I want to go to this post. And I want to let me go to this post. I want to make sure you understand. Again, people, we must not sell ourselves for a hamburger and a soda pop. Okay, we are not going to sell ourselves because your candidate or that candidate showed up to your church, preachers, church members, just because he showed up at your church, and you see him all the time at your church, or he just showed up because he wants your vote. He's a good salesman, or she a good salesman, whatever. He's a good salesman. He's trying to get your vote to do you no good. Have he fixed your streets? Has he fixed your toilets, your sewer? Has he put street lights on your corners? Has he put a plan for renovation for your city, for your community? Has he rebuilt your community? Has he helped you rebuild your community? Have they discussed a subdivision plan for your division? Have they matter of fact, let me ask you something. Do your community have a grocery store? Hold on. I'm not through. I'm not through. I'm glad you can hear me now because I've got the microphone with me. But what have they done for you lately? Nothing. But showed up at your event, at your picnic, your Juneteenth, your MLK Day with high air and promises. Now, I don't want to repeat myself over and over again. It just have to, and don't be offended because I might be talking about someone that you really leaning on, but facts is facts. The truth. It's time out, Beaumont people of Beaumont, Texas, my Black African American people of Beaumont, Texas. It's time for us to do something for ourselves. We don't need to go back because every 2 years we kick ourselves in the behind because we chose to go against our own people. That's Unc Yoke said, none of that you know better. None of that you know better. Do they have plans to increase revenues without digging in our pockets deeper than they are? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Are they going to increase revenues for the city of Beaumont? Are they going to increase revenues for the city of Beaumont? Are they going to increase instead of taking out of your pocket? Come on now, talk to me. Somebody talk to me. What are they doing for us? I'm going to stand, and I want you to stand with me, people. We're going to put our candidates in office. We are going to put our candidates that look like us in office this election. If we don't, it's your fault. Don't tell me a damn thing about it. When they turn their back on you like they did the last time and the last time and the last time before that, don't tell me a damn thing because their interest is not in you. It is where the pocketbooks are. That's who controls the city. Money. Control your councilmen. You know the councilmen I'm talking about. The ones that make the decision to stop anything that's progressing for our African American communities, the majority of this city. Now, I'm going to invite every candidate that would accept my invitation to come on this show so that you get to know, I get a chance to ask those questions. I'll get the chance to dig deep into their mind frames because I want to know what they're going to do to bring to us. And I don't want to talk. I want some tangibles for the African American city. And again, I'm going to repeat this again. I want community centers in our African American communities, just like at Rogers Park, just like all the other parks on the west side, community centers. I don't understand why we didn't have one when I don't understand why we don't have one, haven't had one. Because they always give us the short end of the stick. You're right, Larry. They will vote to enrich themselves, kickbacks and etc. You're right. Are they bringing money? You accept. Great, great, great. Let me see. Are they bringing money to the city that will put money in your pocket and communities instead of the special interests? And that is one of the things that they do. Yes, sir. They will put put the money into the pockets of their communities instead of the special interests. Well, again, the Black African American vote in this upcoming Beaumont City election is going to be very, 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 very crucial. And I'm petitioning for more tangibles for the Black communities and no more promises. No more promises. Now, I'm going to talk about you when you run out there behind them, when they serving you those, hot dogs and weenie sandwiches and barbecue chicken, because all you're doing is selling yourself short. All you're doing is selling yourself short. You sell it out on your own community, your own people. People, I'm ready for growth. I'm ready for growth for this city. This is the best city this can be the best city in Southeast Texas. We have a river. We have one of the biggest, largest port in the country. Number one port in the country, the Port of Beaumont. We got a major interstate that runs straight through the city, Interstate 10. Do you know how much traffic that goes through this city that don't stop because they ain't got nothing to stop for? Do you know we have one of the prestigious, most outstanding university right here in Beaumont, Texas? I just named four crucial things that we have in the city. That to our advantage. And I forgot one thing. We have a major river, the Nature's River, runs straight through the town. We got it all. But we stumbling and bumbling, blocking ourselves out of our blessings because they only care for their communities and all the special interests, all their special interests. And those interests is not about you. And we are the majority. So people, we have a mayor. Yes, you're right, Jonathan, this city has so much potential. So much potential. Unc Yo said we can't catch none of it that passes through the city except to take a restroom break. You're right. We don't have nothing that's gonna have them to stop. But I tell you what, let's get the city rolling in the right direction. This is our time. We know that what's going on in Washington, D.C. We know we've got the MAGA, the king of the MAGA clowns. We know that it all starts here local. If we can start here locally, we can make some progress. Because what's going on nationally, it ain't gonna last. I promise you, it won't last. It's gonna implode itself. You heard that from me. I truly believe that. Because my God is watching. And he's the king of all. He's above everything. Let's say can't even get small business investors interested in the area. That's correct. We have nothing to attract them. We have nothing to listen, because we got the mindset of we got blinders on. Now, I'm not us, but those that in office that have an opportunity to make things happen, it has a closed mind because they want the power for themselves. And they are controlled by others. So, this is unbelievable. I had to go through this solo. The local government affect you right now, not 4 years from now. You're right. The local government affect us right now. This is why I'm here today. I mean, my guest's not here. My co-host is not here. I'm solo on this today, but I just had to talk about this, and I'm going to talk about it more. We're going to have more shows like this, more podcasts like this. I'm going to bring on city councilmen, current city councilmen. I'm going to bring on the mayor. I'm going to invite them on here. I'm going to invite for those who are running for mayor. I want to hear what you're going to do, not just what you're going to do, what you're going to produce for us. We want to sit at the table, and we want something from the table. We don't want no conversation. We've had that for many years. We want tangibles. We want tangibles, people. People of Beaumont, Texas, we want tangibles. I hope you hear my call tonight. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, what I want to express. I ask for you to forgive me if I'd offended you tonight, whenever you was listening, but I want you to know that it's all about the purpose of placing the candidates in that deserve to be the candidate that's deserved to be elected in this city of Beaumont, Texas. Let's say, Unc said, who wants to invest in business here and we can't guarantee functional infrastructure? Again, Jonathan Williams says on the chat earlier in the comments, we have so much potential. We have so much potential, excuse me, but we're not exercising it. We don't have the right key people to exercise to move it forward. So people to move this city forward, we need candidates that's going to make this thing run. We're going to make it run. Remember, those candidates I'm talking about look just like me, and they're not a DEI candidate either. Thank you, everybody, for watching Knowledge is Power Podcast Live. I'm your host, Tony Renfro. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm about to close out, but my cousin Robert said that your black vote is always split. You are correct. That's a problem because the black voters turnout appears to be low at local election. That is correct. And I've only been in Beaumont for 16 years, back to Beaumont for 16 years. And in the 16 years I've been back here, this has always been the problem. And I go back to the last election. We had great candidates running the last election. You know why they didn't win? Because we did not vote. A lot of us stayed home. This is why we got a convict 47 convicted felon in office. This is why. We had good candidates running, county clerk office running, great candidate, but we didn't vote. We didn't come out and vote. And not only do we come out and vote, the ones who do vote, we split the votes. That's always been the problem. We split the votes because we can't take advantage of the votes because we don't have enough people to turn out to vote. Please, people, get off your ass and go and vote so that you can have a better living, better home, better community, better streets. Better environment. Something to stop the crime. Have something for the kids to attend. A structure, infrastructure. People, we're living on infrastructure for over 100 years. This construction under the ground is over 100 years old. How do you expect to have something better if you don't get out and vote? Candidates say it's candidates that don't engage, nor is it real people reaching out to and back to the community for candidates that do not align with the community. That is. I have to agree with you also, my friend. We do have that. They do not align with our community, and we have candidates do not align to our community. All they want is your vote. You don't see them now. Let me ask you a question. Do you see them anywhere else, any other time? You got one or two, maybe one that comes out and to the event, to your church, to your community fairs events. You maybe go to the school, shake your hand, boo boo, bring the baby, hold the baby, and da, da, da. But what have he done for you? Is he helping you provide for your kids to go to nursery? Give them have a good. Uh, I don't even want to get started with what's going on here. I've been bent out of shape since November 5th. But I know one thing. I'm going to do my awfully best to get help and get out the votes. Get out the vote. Get out the vote. It takes 4 people. It takes 4 votes to make things happen. Let me tell you another thing, and I'm going to close this show out. They're trying to get rid of your city manager. You know why? Because he's black. He's this color. We let them in, and they take the majority in this election. We lose the best city manager this town, this city have ever had. You're right, Larry. There's no vision on their own. There's no vision. You got to have a vision. There should be a vision. You have to have a vision. A mind perish without a vision. That's from the Bible. That's the word. People go out and vote. Stop. I belong to different organizations in the city, and I've been behind the scenes for the past 4 years, and I hadn't really said much. But now I'm coming out, and it's time to come out swinging, and I'm coming out swinging. We're gonna get this city back in the place where it needs to be, because I can't say we got to get it back. We got to get it to where it needs to be, and that is putting candidates in the right place and voting for them and getting them. But if we do, when you get a candidate that tell you he's running, and you just saw him and you met him, you asked him, I want you to do this for me, Tony Renfro. Just say, Tony Renfro has asked me to ask you, what tangibles are you going to give us? What tangibles are you going to give us for our community? What are you going to give us? What are you going to do for us? Let's find out. Robert Hunter saying, you saw the true colors when your council had issues with the police chief hiring. I just talked about that, Robert. I just talked about that. They show who the true color when it was time to make a decision on the chief of police. But you know why? I said it before. He was the best candidate. They paid $40,000 of our money, taxpayers' money. City of Beaumont, taxpayer money, $40,000, and threw it away because it was not the right color. He was the right candidate. He was the best candidate. But they show their true colors. And your mayor, your presently mayor, the one that's at all the events, that's all on the radio, at your church, at your barbecue, at your crawfish ball, he and his, and the other candidate that's running for mayor decided that, no, we can't use him. We can't use him. But people, stop it. I want you to keep in mind, I'm going to say this over and over again. You're going to hear until you're tired. You're going to say, oh, here come Tony Renfro with this ocean. Hey, I'm telling you again. They showed you their true colors. Don't buy no wolf tickets. Get off the juice. Get off the juice. We've got 2 African-American candidates is running for mayor. We have 2 African-Americans running for city at large. You have the opportunity at large to vote twice, 2 for 2. Don't come with me with no BS about voting for one because the other one cancels out the other one. That ain't nothing but some white bullshit, okay? We're going to vote for 2 at-large councilmen. And guess what? They look just like this, okay? So let me get to Ward 3. If I'm correct about Ward 3, is that the south end downtown area? I'm looking for my comments. I want to be sure. I know Ward 4 does not have, Chris does not have a candidate running against him. He's running unaccompanied. But let's see here. Yes, we've had 2 good candidates are running for Ward 3. And let's put the best one up. Vote, people. We don't need low voting. We don't need low voting in this local election. We do not need a low voting in this election. Yeah, he's in the north end also. Yes, right. We need you to get your butt up and out and vote. And starting right now, start knocking on doors. Get your friends, get in the car, get your van, bring them to the polls, make sure they register. Early voting starts in mid-April. I don't know what the date, but it started mid-April. Get these people at the polls. If you don't, it's going to set you back another 10, 15 years. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you what God loves. Going to set you back. You know, you got to have some wisdom. Got to get, hey, people. We've got to do better. My Black African-American people of Beaumont, Texas, I appreciate you. I love you. And I thank you guys for listening to me in my venting and my talk here today. But I need your help. I need your help. I need your help. I need you to go up and let's vote this season, this election. Yeah, election, yes, sir, Larry. Election have consequences. And we already know that. We already know that from the president election. It's going to come with consequences and repercussions. You know, think about it, people. What we would do without Social Security. They take Social Security. Do you know what will happen to us? They're trying to take Medicare. Medicaid. We're trying to take it all from us. This is something we earned. We paid into for many years. And that is how they're not only trying to take it, they're going to steal it. They're trying to steal the money so they can pay the 1% billionaires. This is what's going on right now today. It's happening in real time. So what we're going to do? What we're going to do? Hey, what I'm telling you, it starts right here, locally. Don't believe me? Ask some of those MAGA cult members right now who has lost their jobs. Oh, matter of fact, the jobs already start losing here in Beaumont, Texas. They're trying to publicize the post office. And they're also going to try to get our Social Security. They don't care nothing about you and I, of those of black and brown. Y'all better hear me. They don't give a damn about us. It's all about what they can get. Power, money, for the love of money. Okay, guys. Thank you, everyone, for watching Knowledge is Power Podcast Live. I'm your host, Tony Renfro. Come on Tuesday, join us on the Roundtable Talk with Chris Jones and his crew every Tuesday evening at 9 p.m. on this particular platform that I allow to have them there do that. And we're going to have plenty more guests on my show on Sundays at 7 o'clock. And I hope you guys join in. And if you got this, if you're listening to this and it's something that you can grab and it's something to share, please share it. Let everyone know that we've got a job to do. Thank you, everybody, for joining my podcast tonight. It's been a pleasure. I love you, and I ask you guys again. Remember, elections